Live. What's up? What's up? What's up? What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of The Urban Platform Speaks. Today is our Sunday sports edition. We got some good topics. Again, we're gonna talk a little bit about some N.B.A. basketball. We're gonna talk about some N.F.L. football, and maybe throw in a few other topics. But starting out. Let me see what I want to talk about first. Starting out with Kevin Durant. He had a little run-in with a comedian, Ryan Davis. Ryan Davis, he posted something on social media saying that offense wins championships, and he referring to basketball. So Kevin Durant chimed in and said offense. You know what I mean? No, he said Ryan Davis said defense win championships. Right. Kevin Durant disagreed with him and said offense win championships. And then Kevin Durant kind of got personal and said that called him a trash comedian and said that I'm better at basketball than you are at comedy.
So this was his opinion.
Right. Yeah, right. It was just his opinion.
So Kevin took it a little bit personal.
Yeah, he kind of like trolled him.
Yeah, so, but at the end of the day, it's still an opinion.
Right.
The man is a comedian, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So he should be allowed that space, but I don't think he was correct on it. But
right.
And Kevin, he spoke on it, and he's an athlete. So,
right. Yeah. So, but now because Kevin Durant got personal and said the dude was, like a trash comedian, this dude pulled out all kind of receipts and just drug him.
Oh.
He drug him. Now, I was going to like record it and play the video, but I was like, that's all right. You can just look up Ryan Davis on social media. I think he's on Facebook, and he was on YouTube. But he basically said that, all right, if offense won championships, how come when you was at Oklahoma, you and Westbrook, how come y'all didn't win none and y'all had the number 1 and number 2 scorers in the league at that time?
They wasn't playing no defense.
Right, exactly. So that's what his point was. Y'all ain't with no defense. He said y'all went to went over to Golden State, and you only look good when you got other ballers.
Okay.
But even then, y'all had a really good defense when y'all won the championship then. And he said he brought up the point that Draymond told him that we gonna win, we won before you, and when we win after you. And he said, what happened to you when you left? When you left Golden State? Golden State won a championship. You ain't win nothing. Oh man, he drugged. We talked about this. He said you don't have no waves. He was talking about his haircut. He said he had cradle cat. He just was mad. He just went over, man.
Cradle cat.
Yeah, man.
But he's a comedian.
Yeah.
He was supposed to do that.
He was accurate in everything he said. He was point on, and he pointed out why Kevin Durant wasn't winning. You know what I mean? So.
But here's the thing, though. He's only one person.
Kevin Durant?
Yeah. Right? He's effective at what he do in the position that he plays.
Right.
He plays small forward.
Yeah.
So he contributes, but he's never been to me a defensive player. Never been that.
Yeah.
Right? So, but offensively, he's pretty effective.
Oh, yeah. He's really good at offense.
Yes.
Yeah, he's exceptional at offense.
Yes.
But like I said, though, if like all the great players and everybody who won championships, you can talk about Michael Jordan, Kobe Bryant, Tim Duncan, everybody who won championships, they played exceptional defense.
Right. But that might go back to when we had the conversation a while back when we was discussing this in the league. The different time, it's a different era.
Yeah.
Like this era to me is that European style where it's the high elevation of scoring.
Yeah.
That's what it's driven that by. You don't see too many players dedicated like a Kobe, which was one of my biggest fans, who took from the Michael Jordan and develop to wanted to be the defensive player of the year, offensive player, MVP, like that.
Yeah.
They getting out of that. You know what I'm saying? Because I think they looking at it like that's extra work. I'm good at this, and I'm just gonna get paid off of that. And the league is accepting it. That's why we got the 3-pointers. Like that's the big game now. Yeah. I'm not from the 3-point game. You know what I'm saying? I'm from the bang, beat you up. You know, like the Detroit Pistons and the Chicago, Atlanta Hawks, like that.
So yeah, he even used Detroit Pistons as an example because of how they play defense. You know how they was known for defense, but today's basketball game is more finesse. You know, but I think at least if you got teams that play good, solid team defense, because like Golden State is not a physical team, but they play good. They play really, really good team defense.
True, like they right, and their thing is they work as a unit,
right,
to get second chance rebounds. Like they do what they can do with what they have to work with.
Yeah.
Right. So, but they've been together for a minute. You know what I'm saying? So they got a chemistry.
Yeah.
To me, that's what I see. But they also a high power score team.
Yeah.
Don't get that part. Like you got to be able to put the buckets up that they put up. You know, you can't fall by the wayside chasing Golden State.
Yeah, but I mean, like their role players, well, all of them play really good defense. And Klay Thompson, before he hurt his knee, before he got hurt, he was known as a really good defensive player.
Right, yeah.
So, I think I don't know what Kevin Durant was thinking about when he was saying that, offense win championships. And even today, because everybody can score that go to the league. Like most people that go to the league, you was either a superstar on your high school team, and some of them were superstars on the college team, and that's what they was known for, their scoring. But when you get to the league, you got to bring something else to the table besides scoring.
Right,
so,
right. I mean, and this is what I'm saying too. Like when you saying, like, even go back to Golden State, you have to cover your man, right? It's not like you be seeing the stats where they be blocking and steals and stuff like that. They cover whatever the defensive scheme they running. They stick to it. You know what I'm saying? Because I don't see nobody getting, except for Draymond, like individual defensive accolades.
Yeah. Well, which one? Giannis is from Milwaukee. He a really good defensive player.
But look at his position. And look the role he played there. Like he shot blocking. Protect the rim.
Yeah, Giannis. You got a few dudes around the league who are exceptional defensive players, and
as he should be.
And his signature play to me is when Giannis made that play. He was playing Devin Booker. Devin Booker pulled up on the wing to shoot a jumper. Giannis closed out on him. So when he closed out on him, he threw an alley-oop to Andre Ayton. He faded back off of Devin Booker and went and blocked the shot. That, you know what I mean? So to me that was a signature play in that series right there, and that's why they won that championship. It was a big reason why, So
I agree with that.
Yeah, man. I think I don't know what Kevin Durant is thinking. If especially at that level, he should know better. But all right. So the next thing I want to talk about was Charles Barkley. He was at a golf tournament, and they asked him about Zion Williams, and he had some things to say about Zion, and he questioned Zion's his professionalism and his commitment to the game because he won't lose the weight. You know what I mean? So what you think about? What's your opinion on that?
I mean, Charles is a sportsman. Like, some Charles stuff makes sense. Some things Charles say is way left. That's that young man. I mean, my opinion, let him do what he want to do. Like, if he's dropping the bag, he's going to drop the bag. He knows too heavy. He knows that he, at the end of the day, like, I've seen these, some of them, like, they acting more like be mentors to him. But Charles wasn't the ideal N.B.A. basketball player. He made a lot of mistakes.
Oh yeah, Charles did. He made a lot of mistakes.
All court and all court.
Right. Yeah.
Decision making all day long.
So,
but that's what I'm saying. I mean, he has the right to be able to, not to say a right, but he can be a mentor. But Zion young, like he gonna get it. But right now he just doing him. Like keep some of that stuff to yourself.
Yeah, I think that I think his the information in my, I don't know, it was coming from a good place in general, and he was being honest, I think. But just like Charles Barkley said, when he was a young player, when he was with the Philadelphia 76ers and he wasn't getting no time, he was moping about it. And Moses Malone was like, you ain't getting no time because you fat and lazy. And he said that right there just motivated him, to get his act together. Because, like, have you ever watched any of Charles Barkley's highlights and stuff? Oh man, Charles Barkley was a beast. He was explosive,
right?
And
but once again, I say time frame.
Yeah,
he was cut out of that era. Look, coming from underneath of Moses Malone. You know what I'm saying? So the position at the time that he played, he dominated. Yes, he did. But it's a different time frame. So these young men are in their time frame and acting on and doing things in their time frame. So it's like you gotta kind of give them a chance. But I could get what Charles saying to him, but don't say it in front of the Porter.
Yeah.
Call the little dude up and holler at him like, dude, or go work out with him. You know what I'm saying? Pull up in the gym with him and give him that type of mission. Don't put your personal business out there and then Zion taking it on like it's, Charles is too personal to him.
Yeah, I think.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I mean, I just think it's funny that Charles Barkley, was like, you're not really working and stuff like that. But once Charles Barkley realized like what his
potential was,
his downfall was as far as when he was playing, that he got himself together, and hopefully, Zion to do the same thing, because you definitely don't want to mess that bag up.
And Charles ain't never win no championship.
No, he ain't win no championship.
He never get no championship.
Yeah, Charles was a beast though. When he was, I was watching them highlights, man. Charles Barkley was a beast. So yeah, hopefully Zion he'll get it together.
Actually, the two got kind of the same physical attributes.
Yeah, and that's why people want, that's why I think it'll be good for this dude to listen to Charles Barkley. Take some of that, that advice.
And I'm not saying, in my opinion, I'm not saying he's not. But I don't think Charles should have went that route about delivering the message.
So you don't think he should have been like public about? He should have called
that man and say, man, look, you could be an exceptional ball player, shed a little bit of weight. You know what I'm saying? Use me the example, because I had to do the same thing. My build, put on weight, I was slow and sluggish or whatever, then I lost the weight. Use yourself as an example. So don't put that, because the press, whether it was genuine or not, they gonna, put it in, the twist to it for negativity out of it.
Yeah.
And I don't know if Charles was making it a negative statement. I mean, like to bash the young man. He was trying to be honest, but like I said, the media gonna take it and run with it.
Yeah. I just hate to see somebody with all that potential, man. It'll be,
He's already a millionaire. You know what I'm saying? He got things going on. Like, will he come to his full potential? We don't know. But there's a lot of them young men that come in the N.B.A. and all sports that it's grass. They eat different, doing things different. And I don't know, like, you waited all this time to get here. You know what I'm saying? You've been playing sports since you were like 11 and 12.
Right.
And now you're a professional. It's some things you shouldn't have to be told at this point.
Yeah, that's true.
You know what I'm saying?
Well,
like conditioning.
You would think that,
Right. Finances, conditioning, your behavior, how you act on the court, off the field type of stuff. They shouldn't be going through that foolishness, man. They got examples of other players who, throughout the
Yeah. I thought that was cool. Charles Barkley is trying to get a young man some good advice, But all right, so I'm gonna move on to Dame Lillard. They still haven't been able to, like, as far as
close the deal,
as far as moving him to Miami.
I don't think he's going.
You don't think so? Yeah. And see, that's another question. I think when he narrowed it down to like only one team, he kind of put the Blazers like in a corner, because now Miami know that we don't really have to give you nothing, next to nothing, in order to move him, because he want to come here. It's the only place he want to come to. So even if he felt like that, maybe he shouldn't have came out publicly. Do you think that hurt?
Sure. Yeah. Yes. Because Portland got to get something.
Yeah, no doubt. Yeah, because you can't, even if Portland, they loyal to him, they respect what he did for their team.
Right.
But Portland still got to get something out the deal.
Absolutely. So that's what I'm saying. Like at the end of the day, he just sat down with them and had a discussion, and they haven't all their differences out.
Right.
And for me, if I was Dame, I wouldn't have put that out there.
Yeah.
Because the win-win is that he get the trade. Right? So he should have just.
Yeah. Because I could see him going to Boston and winning, depending on who they give up though to get him. Like I like Jaylen Brown.
I do too.
Yeah. So if I would want to see them.
Boston ain't gonna be the same, like
without Brown. And see, I don't even think Boston should have got rid of Marcus Smart.
No, I didn't like that.
I think that's going to hurt him. Yeah, I think that's going to hurt him. But yeah, if Dame Lillard, it's going to be hard for him to
get in that fit
and to get into Miami.
Yeah.
He'll be a good fit for Philly too.
Yeah,
if he can get over there.
Yeah,
he'll be a good fit for Philly.
Yeah, a great fit.
Yeah, but he got his mind made up though that he want to go to. To Miami, which I would like to see him in Miami, because I think that him and Jimmy Butler and Bam, I think that'd be a nice little trio.
Oh yeah,
yeah,
absolutely.
Yeah, hopefully he'll be able to get over there. So the next thing I want to talk to you about, though, I want to ask about is now Joel N.B.A. What he coming on? Like I think he coming up like his 9th year in the league. Now, if they don't win this year, do you think Joel should look to go somewhere else? Like maybe the Lakers?
We had a little brief discussion about that, but yes, absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah. I think,
What are you staying there for? What would be the reason to stay?
Right, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So he done had key players. He ain't getting no young. I mean, he made the MVP last season.
Yeah.
So the ultimate goal should be for him is to get the chip.
Right.
So if you can go over here to the Lakers, you can go somewhere over the West and get it, I'll be young.
Yeah.
He's a big man. His life expectancy, you know what I'm saying, in the league, the knees, the back, all that. He done had injuries in the past.
Mm-hmm.
So if he come back next season healthy,
they can't get it done.
Right.
Yeah.
So that makes 10 years, right?
Right.
Yeah. I'm out. Let's sit down.
9 or 10 years. I got
right. Either way, he close.
Yeah.
But I'll be sitting at the table, and we got to do something different.
Yeah. Now, what about now Luka? If things fall apart this year for Luka, I think Luka has been in the league for 5 years. Luka Doncic with Dallas Mavericks. Do you think, like, if things don't go his way this year, if they don't make the playoffs, or if they fall short in the playoffs, do you think he should? I mean, he might be able to get over there to the Lakers too.
True, but I can see they trying to make a team.
Build around Luka.
Yeah, I can see that. So with the addition of Kyrie, like Luka need to just strap in a little bit, because they haven't gotten us a real 2-3 seasons under their belt together
to develop
a chemistry. Right. He can scratch his name off for a trade there. I would just stay there, make a couple little, like get somebody that's a defensive player, special. Right. Yeah. So they covered on that offensively, defensively, and try to make a run.
Yeah.
And I think he's happy that.
Yeah, I think the only thing that'll probably like piss him off is if Kyrie pulls some bullshit over there. You know what I mean? Like if Kyrie start missing games, or if Kyrie just start acting.
I don't even think they would have. I don't even think what's the owner name?
Oh, I don't know the owner for the Oh, Mark Cuban.
Mark Cuban, yeah, even brought him over there. That was already, they talked about that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like with his role played, because Mark Cuban gave him a nice, decent contract.
Right.
He's fair with him. But you know, I don't see that, because Kyrie should be trying to put the past behind him from Brooklyn, and try to play ball now. Finally, he can get on the court. Not all that off the court stuff, you know, the cool stuff, Brooklyn net stuff. All that's behind him. Now he got a team he can actually make some waves with. So yeah, I think all that.
Yeah. So I think this is like a good chance of Kyrie, you know.
Right, fresh start. Right, and he got a dude he can ball with. You know what I'm saying? They don't need a lot.
Yeah.
Just a few little pieces to the puzzle. Like I said, somebody defensively that can come over there and you know, help out on the defensive side. Yeah, they can go at anybody in the West. They ain't gotta go to the Lakers. They can make it there with eight.
But see, and the thing about like with Kyrie and Luka playing together though, I'm kind of like they're
because he's some Kyrie highlights.
Oh man, Kyrie highlights.
Woo!
Yeah, Kyrie got a lot of nice highlights too. But I'm thinking that Kyrie, he like a ball dominant guard. Then you know, Luka like to handle the ball, so it's gonna be tough for them to do.
But see, and you gotta realize this too, and take this stuff into consideration. Where you came from, that was what you had. Where you at now, you signed the deal now. You got the bread, you good. Distribute the ball. You know what I'm saying? It ain't about, you know what I mean? It's the opportunity for the team to win.
Right, and learn how to play together.
Right, because at the end of the day, you don't have to do everything. Yeah. You do what your team needs you to do to win. And that's it. And both of them had to, you know, pretty much put up a lot of buckets and put a lot of minutes in. Yeah. Work that out and work together.
So that'll be hopefully they'll be able to develop a chemistry together. And then, you know, but I'm curious to see how that's gonna work with both of them being like used to handling the ball, you know. Because Luka is not the kind of player that moves without the ball. You know, you just give him the ball and let him go to work. Same thing with Kyrie. He's not really known, you know, for like moving without the ball. So,
but see, and that's the good thing. So even if you look at it from the opponent's side, they gonna draw the defense to them. Mm-hmm. So now I just distribute the ball to one of my teammates. Yeah. So it still works. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Whether I scored or I got the assist. You know what I'm saying? So it still works.
I want to move on to some football, some NFL football, and the quarterback rankings, because I think that however the quarterbacks go, that's how your team goes. Like, because you can have a good defense, you know, you can have solid wide receivers, good wide receivers, but if you don't have that quarterback, get them the ball, you know what I mean, and to make the right decisions. So I want to talk about like some of the rankings, the top 10 rankings. So at number 1, they got Patrick Mahomes ranked at number 1 for Kansas City Chiefs.
Of course.
Right. And so So I mean, like, what are your expectations for Patrick Mahomes for this season coming up?
Continue doing the same thing he's doing. Yeah. Main thing, stay healthy.
Because really, they didn't really have any changes to be made. They bought, you know what I mean? They basically bought back.
Tyreek Hill left. They still stayed. They replaced him with a dude just as fast. They just gotta. They are at the top of the food chain. Yeah, so everybody gotta catch up to them.
Plug and play. You know what I mean?
Like, they got nothing different. Yeah. Just stay healthy as a team. Yeah. Right.
They stay healthy and everybody else do their job, and I think the Kansas City Chiefs gonna be all right with Patrick Mahomes.
Right.
Then we talk about Jalen Hurts at with the Philadelphia Eagles, and I would say they're about the same, because if Jalen Hurts, if he can stay healthy, and you know, their defense is solid. They got a pretty good defense. They got a nice little wide receiving core there.
They added everything that they need.
Right. So
all So when you look at them, they're plug and play too.
Right. Yeah. So
they gotta stay healthy.
He just gotta stay healthy. Now, what about? So they got Joe Burrows. He ranked number 3 with the Cincinnati Bengals.
Right. So I'm scared of that young man.
Yeah. You like Joe Burrows?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, he in my division. So you can't sleep on him.
Yeah.
He's a good quarterback.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. And I ain't taking nothing from him. I'm very right. My eyes on him.
Yeah.
And he's a threat.
Yeah.
So you can say what you want to say. Anybody can say what they want to say. The Bengals are a threat with him as a quarterback.
Definitely. Do you think he's the kind of quarterback though that make like players better?
I can't say that because you know it's a season. He was out hurt the whole season. He came right back in, got his team back in the consistency to make a run.
Mm-hmm.
I believe the guys play for him,
right?
They like him. Yeah. I can say that, but I haven't. He hasn't been playing enough for me to be able to make an honest decision on that, as far as my opinion.
Yeah.
But I see his team play for him.
Yeah. I can agree with that. I think they definitely play for him, and I think he's starting to get to the point where he makes players better.
He's a leader.
Yeah, he's definitely a leader. Yeah, so I like Joe Burrows too. And so all right, so at number 4 they got Josh Allen for the Buffalo Bills ranked at number 4. So what your thoughts on Josh Allen?
So I had conversations with a few friends of mine, and everybody was like saying the same thing. He can't beat Patrick Mahomes and choking the playoffs. Yeah. And I'm like, dude, y'all gotta see what this young man was doing though.
Yeah.
Like I mean, he balls hard. Like he gives you his 100. Now, truthfully, he had made some mistakes.
Yeah.
Right? But that's a good position. The number you gave, that's good for him though.
Yeah.
At any given game he plays, he comes out and gives you his all. And he's deadly. Like the boy got an arm, he can run you over. He don't avoid tackle. You know what I'm saying? Being tackled. I like him.
Yeah, I like him too. But I think like you say, running the ball, I think his coaches probably would prefer him to run a little bit less because he put himself at risk. You know, and then some of his red zone turnovers, like when he get down there in that red zone,
make mistakes.
Yeah, he make mistakes. He turn the ball over.
But I think a lot of that is the will to win.
Oh yeah, because you gotta take chances.
Yeah, so that's what I'm saying. Like at the end of the day, you know, I don't think he's looking to make that mistake. It's just what he saw at the time. Yeah, the window closed.
Yeah, and he'll definitely run you over.
You know, and right. And what I'm saying, he remind me like a young Ben Roethlisberger.
Yeah. Oh, okay, Ben Roethlisberger. Let me see. Yeah. Yeah, he's physical, just like Ben.
Got a arm like Ben.
Can throw. Yeah.
Right. You ain't bringing him down easy. Right. You gotta. But he doesn't look to avoid the tackle. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? He played with a little chip on his shoulder. I mean, comparing him to Ben is a big pass. But I'm saying I just like how he had the tenacity. You know what I'm saying? He ain't no scared. He ain't no Tom Brady where he will try. But he can run.
Yeah, he don't be looking to step out of bounds.
No, he gonna man up with the shoulders. Like that's the football that I'm used to, that I like. Yeah, you got a helmet on, you got shoulder pads on.
Yeah. So all right, so now they got Justin Herbert for the Chargers. He is ranked number 5, and this is his 3rd year. And what do you think about Justin Herbert?
Wow, they put him at 5.
Yeah, I was surprised about that. Yeah. Justin Herbert, number 5.
I can't even comment.
Yeah, I think I couldn't see why they had him ranked that high. He played what? Let me see.
Cleveland Browns. No,
he played for the Chargers. Yeah, but to me, I mean, he had some fumbles and he don't have no rushing TD.
Well, what they going by his overall average?
Yeah, going by
statistics, right?
Stats, and he got 4,000 passing yards for that.
Okay.
So I think he's solid, but I can't see him being ranked at number 5. You know, the Chargers, they had a pretty solid defense around him too, though. So, yeah.
I mean, I'm gonna leave that.
What about Trevor Lawrence? What do you think about Trevor Lawrence?
I love that guy.
Yeah, I like Trevor Lawrence too.
Yeah.
So
he's dynamic. He's going to be something.
But I think Trevor Lawrence. I think they need more weapons around him. And you know, and spruce up that running game.
They can get it.
You know, but I like Trevor Lawrence. Yeah. Even when they lose it, he's still playing hard. And he's still making, he's still making plays.
Trying to put his team, he made a few mistakes, but he, for the most part, trying to put his team in the best position to win the game.
So yeah,
he don't do a lot of crazy, like throwing a lot of interceptions. Mm-hmm. He controls and manages the game pretty good. Yeah.
So I like Trevor.
Man, he's exciting to watch.
Yeah. But he came back on the Ravens. What was the last year? One of them games last year. I was like, God damn it. But all right. So now. Tua Tagovailoa at Miami. What do you think about this guy?
Well, short dude with big arm.
Mm-hmm.
They was on fire at one point.
Yeah.
Basically, just keep that. He's
He at number 7.
Number 7.
Yeah. I think now I like him if he can stay healthy. I like him because they got some weapons around him. They got Tyreek Hill. They got Waddle over there. So, I think if he can stay healthy, I like,
Yeah. He's somebody they want to grade up.
Yeah. And to me, he was, he a better quarterback than what I thought he was going to be.
Even if you go back, you said we up to number 7. Look at these guys that you're talking about. Mm-hmm. All of them are pretty much new in the league.
Right.
And all of them basically are nice. Like they all got some attributes to them that's changing the game of football.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Because most of these guys can move good,
run
and throw. Yeah,
right.
Yeah. So
Lamar Jackson.
Yeah. So all right. So next down the line is Jared Goff. I'm not really with the Detroit Lions. I don't know. I'm not really big on Jared. This is 7th year in. Well, he's been in for 7, going into 8, I think. But yeah, I'm not really big on Jared. I think he's a solid quarterback, but I don't know if he should be ranked at number 8.
Once again, like I said, whatever the stat that they use in passing by completions. So I'm not a fan of Goff. I mean, but he's not to be. I wouldn't be like he's a bum.
No. He's a solid quarterback, but I think I think they got him ranked a little bit higher than what he should be ranked.
Well, it all depends on who's that.
Yeah. Well, Geno Smith is number 9 after him with the Seattle.
Geno was on fire.
Yeah.
Geno last season, I was proud of him.
Yeah, I was happy for Geno. Yeah.
He been getting a bad rep. And I thought always he had potential in him. Mm-hmm. And that's another thing too. And to add into what makes a player and makes a quarterback, the team, the coach, the schemes they run.
Yeah.
So if you're not using the player to your best attribute, you don't get to see what he's capable of doing. So soon he got out of the Jets, we see Geno.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I'm happy for him. Shorty was biting it out. And I believe he's going to come back and do the absolute same thing because now he knows what he needs to do and he takes that blood.
Yeah.
So I like Geno. I think he should be over. He should be gone. Yeah,
he should have gone. All right. Yeah. And what about now? Number 10, they got Dak Prescott. This is 7th year in. Dak Prescott kind of up and down. Like sometimes he looks good, and sometimes.
So from what I heard from the conversation, he's been in the playoffs. Mm-hmm. Well, how many years he got? 7
years in.
I think 4 years or 3 years he's been to the playoffs. He was hurt again.
Yeah.
So his averages are there, but it's pretty much the same. It's pretty much the same.
The thing that concerned me too about Dak Prescott is like he throw, interceptions.
He don't put it
in our team times.
Right. I can see that's why he had 10.
Yeah.
Because he doesn't, in the time when you need him to put the team in a position to win, he blows it.
Yeah.
And that's consistent with him.
Yeah.
So, but I'm not a big fan of him, but I've seen games where he actually was impressive to me. But then it's times when it's like, dude, like, how you throw an interception now? You know what I'm saying? Like, I've seen him make completions of part of passes, and then you do some ballhead stuff. So I'm just like, like he remind me of his predecessor was Tony Romo.
Tony Romo, yeah.
It's like maybe that's the suit they eat over there in Dallas, but it just seems they do the same pattern.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So he could have been number 12 for us.
Yeah. Well, at number 11 they got Tom Brady. He's 23 years in. So I mean, we know what Tom Brady about. I'm thinking that this year, is Tom Brady, where he playing at this year?
Nowhere.
Ain't in the league at all? Oh, that's right. All right.
He retired.
So, all right. So we'll skip over Tom, then go to Lamar. What are we looking at for Lamar? What are your expectations for Lamar?
Well, outside of what was going on outside the field, right, off the field, and I'm a fan, diehard Ravens fan. Right. He made MVP, but there was a lot of things that Lamar was doing running wise.
Yeah.
I haven't seen the arm. Like I haven't seen the 4,000, 5,000, 6,000 passing yard completions of Lamar. Now maybe I could be wrong, but Hollywood Brown was, and Andrews was his primary, and Bateman was his primary, from his targets, main targets.
Right.
But he wasn't accurate.
Yeah.
And this time going around, there shouldn't be too many excuses for the passing game, because we don't need you to run the ball when you was in your MVP season. We need you to move the chains, stick to something that works for us, that you can kind of get accustomed to, that can move the chains. Yeah. So 2 seasons in a row, Lamar fell short through injury. So, but he had the team on his back those 2 seasons until he got hurt.
Yeah.
I like Lamar. Yeah. I just need to see a little bit more out of Lamar.
Yeah, I just don't like I don't want the team to ask him to do too much. You know what I mean? Like put too much of a burden.
Right, feel pressure because now the contract is there. So, but that's what I'm saying is, let's open up the passing game. Mm-hmm. Let's get some things going, because we know he can run the ball. We got running backs. We got a good running game. Yeah. Our defense is there. We can keep ourselves in games. Lamar needs to get something that works for Lamar. Whether who he's going to make now his go-to receiver. We got to see how all that works. So that's why I'm not trying to be too critical on him. I have to see what the season will look like. I just hope, like and what you said, is not too many high expectations. Yeah. Because now you're going to put the man under pressure where he might try to do too much.
Yeah, right. Yeah. Yeah. So I'm not. You know what? I'm gonna skip down to, because all right now, Aaron Rodgers is with the Jets now. You think he gonna make really a big difference? Are they gonna be like a playoff team, or you think they gonna go all the way with Aaron Rodgers?
My opinion, they're gonna be like the same thing with Brett Favre.
Yeah, they probably will make the playoffs.
It's your way out.
Yeah,
for Aaron Rodgers. It's a payday and it's your way out. I'm just keeping my honey.
Yeah.
He cared less if he go to play. He cared less. He make the Super Bowl. Yeah. These folks was foolish enough to pay him to go over here to do this. That organization, man, is it's like you going to the Wizards, the N.B.A. One foot out, 1 foot in. I don't see him doing too much.
Yeah, with the Jets, man, I don't really, I think they might make the playoffs. I think they'd be lucky if they make the playoffs, though.
Be lucky.
Yeah.
And it could be by default. somebody lost and they got in. But I mean, Green Bay, the silly, foolish stuff that they did over there, they had a team. They got rid of the running back, they got rid of their wide receiver, and Aaron Rodgers was the man. It went with it. I mean, they didn't make too much of an impact without that. That formula was dead. Now you're going over here to a whole totally different organization that got a whole lot of young players. And I didn't think at Green Bay he played a leadership too much role to me. It seemed like to me it was an individual thing. Because that's all you heard was Aaron Rodgers, Aaron Rodgers, Aaron Rodgers. Right. I didn't ever see him being really vocal with the team players. He was always individual. So going over here, you gotta definitely be a team guy. Because you gotta give these guys something to work with.
Yeah, the new guys, it's a whole new team. So but if you don't have a team attitude over there, this new team, it's not gonna pick up. If you don't show that leadership that he lacked, some of that leadership that it was like in spurts. But like
that's all it was.
He felt
that's all it was. And you can't be in spurts with a young new team.
Yeah.
Those guys gonna be looking to look up to you for advice.
So now the two guys that I want to talk about before we get out of here though is like I want to talk about Russell Wilson. Like what are your expectations for him for this upcoming season?
Well, once again too, you gotta put something around him.
Yeah.
I mean, Russell he can play.
Yeah.
He's done that. He still got it.
Yeah.
But what can you do if you don't have?
But like you said though, with Joe Burrow, like all right, people they play for Joe Burrow. I don't get the impression that like some of these players.
See, that's the stuff we've been hearing. Like some of that stuff could be brutal
for Russell.
Right, but he was traded there, and they gave him the money he was looking for.
Yeah.
But Denver wasn't really like completely a team. Mm-hmm. So and they could feel some of the players could feel that way.
Yeah.
He might be arrogant or whatever.
Yeah, Russell. Yeah, that situation with Russell Wilson is.
But we have to see. We have to see what transpired. But like I said, I like better at Seattle. He had a better squad. Yeah. He just got paid at Denver.
Yeah, but I think at Seattle, like, what's the coach name at Seattle? I forgot his name. I like them because those coaches.
But they got rid of everybody there too.
They was more of a handler. They kept like him on a shorter leash. Like some of the things, like he wanted to throw more often at Seattle, but the coaches, they didn't want him to do that.
Right, and there's a reason. Right, but there was a reason behind that too, right. Because I think they was trying to keep his interceptions down. Mm-hmm. Because they seen something like there was some changes being made, but right now he's pretty much in control of what he want to do with that Denver.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Well, I think this year I don't think he'll have as much control or freedom to do what he did. Like last year, he was he had a lot more freedom just because because of
the team was trash.
And then on top of that, because of his reputation, I think they might throw a little bit more.
Well, the team is trash. Yeah. So go ahead, Russell. Go out there and do what you can do.
Yeah.
But like I say, on the off season, because I haven't really paid, I don't know what kind of acquisitions they brought over there.
Yeah. All right. So the last dude I want to talk about, he's a little bit further down the list. Deshaun Watson. Like this will be his second year back after that long, all that stuff he went through off the field. So you think he'll be able to turn it around and be a better quarterback this year? Yeah.
Our division is crazy.
I think Deshaun Watson, I think he's gonna really, I don't know if you can call it surprise people though, but I think you got only team in that is the Steelers, right? Like who really don't have like their quarterback situation.
I mean, it's there. They got it.
Who the quarterback? You like the Steelers quarterback?
Yeah, don't sleep with them.
Yeah, well, all right. If he's solid, I think Deshaun Watson, Lamar, Joe Burrow, and then you say if Pittsburgh,
I think that's
what's his name? Pickett.
Pickett.
Oh, okay, all right.
Yeah. He the guy.
Yeah.
But still, but here's the thing with that division. Whoever makes the biggest mistakes is going to be out. It's that easy. Because all of them young men can ball.
Yeah.
And it's tight over there. Like I say, who wants it, we'll see who wants it the most.
Yeah. So, all right. So the Ravens are in the what is that? The AFC North, right?
Yeah.
All right. So in the AFC North, then how you rank them? Who's number one in the AFC North?
It should be the Ravens.
Oh,
that ain't gonna be probably Cincinnati.
All right, yeah, Cincinnati, Baltimore,
Pittsburgh, and Cleveland.
For real?
Yeah.
I like Cleveland over Pittsburgh. Yeah, I definitely like Cleveland over Pittsburgh, just because they got a really good defense, and then on top of that, they got Deshaun Watson. Who I think this year Deshaun Watson is gonna have a better season than he did last year.
Like I said, for me, don't sleep on Pittsburgh.
Yeah.
They got a coach.
Kenny Pickett.
Yeah.
So you like Kenny Pickett?
They got a coach over there that know how to get a game, get a team.
So last year, all right. So in 2022, Kenny Pickett threw 7 touchdowns and had 9 interceptions, 2,400 passing yards, and 6.2 yards per attempt. That ain't bad. No, that ain't bad. So, I'm thinking that.
See, like I'm saying, like you got to look at it like everybody's trying to put a new offense together right as we speak. Because the Ravens doing the same thing.
Yeah.
We don't know what to expect.
Yeah.
We don't know what to expect with Pittsburgh. On paper, they have made acquisitions to better the team. That I do know. Pittsburgh has done that. Cleveland has done it. Cincinnati is the only one to me that's pretty much.
Yeah, they basically just pull everybody back.
Sure. And all they got to do is do the same thing they did last year. Win football.
Yeah.
We got to go out there and win football.
Yeah. You mean the Ravens?
Yes.
Yeah. So the Ravens. But yeah, I'm thinking I like Cincinnati number 1, and the AFC North. Like I said, Cincinnati, then Baltimore, after Baltimore, Cleveland, then Pittsburgh.
But we can beg the differ on that. You just flip-flop the last 2.
Yeah.
But like I say, I'm a diehard Ravens fan. That's a high expectation to put them at 2.
And number 2.
Yeah,
so where you put the Ravens at then?
No, I'm saying I want to keep them there.
Oh, okay.
But what we basing it off of? Because last season we're not going to see what that's going to be a whole different offensive team coming this season. Yeah. And we don't know what to expect from Lamar, passing, running. Well, the running game is pretty much dead. But yeah, we don't know, you know what I'm saying, what to anticipate. Like I said, Lamar can't make no excuses. But you also can't go out there with that anticipation that you're going to be Patrick Mahomes. You know what I'm saying? Like, don't come out there trying to, you know what I'm saying, be finessing a whole lot of, just get something that you can master and stick to it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. So they need a team like an offensive identity.
Exactly.
Yeah. All right, so yeah, I can go for that. All right, with that being said, how long we been on, Mike? Okay, all right, so yeah, with that being said, we covered everything that I wanted to talk about today, and so I guess we'll come back next weekend, talk more sports, whatever happens in the news, we'll bring that, we talk about that next week. But, so yeah, I just want to thank everybody who tuned in, and do us a favor, definitely make sure you subscribe to the channel. Help us get our subscribership up. You know what I mean? We are here every Saturday, every Sunday. We post a few videos throughout the week, and we definitely appreciate it if y'all help us get our subscribership up. And with that being said, we'll see y'all next Saturday at 2 p.m. Thanks a lot for tuning in.